What's happening? T-Threat. T-Threat. Ready to go. It's Monday. And we got a new attitude about Mondays. We like them now. We like Mondays. It's time to go. What do you think about my shirt? I love this shirt. I've always loved it. It got to a point where it got a little bit too small, so I cut the sleeves off. And it's so funny because I was talking to my wife this morning about it, and I said, I think I cut them wrong. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to, is this right? I think I did it wrong. And I'm literally standing there like this, saying, did I do it right? And she said, what did she say? How did it go? I can't remember it now. You get what you get, and you don't. And so my mind is saying something that she didn't say. And you don't say, no, that's not what she said. You get what you get, and you don't something without cuss words. I can't remember. Anyway, it was funny. It was funny. Today is shoulders, back, biceps, and abs. And I got a new ab thing I want to try. And I think you're going to like it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start with some shoulders. It is, after all, the first word in the title. Thank you all for being here. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this. That's one. How many is that? Is that 4? I'm trying to think about other things. Sorry. I want to do 5. I might do 6 because I want to make sure I do 5. I'm not all the way there mentally yet. Get the blood pumping a little bit. That'll help. Okay, so got those. I want to do some shrugs. Oh. And this, I think that if you're going to do shrugs, you should watch a video on shrugs, because I think what you're supposed to do is kind of lean forward just a tiny bit, keep your head up, and then just shrug. I don't know. And it helps too that when you do them, if you say, I don't know, like somebody just asked you a question that you don't know the answer to, it helps a lot to say, I don't know. Leave me alone. Why are you asking me? Those kind of things, if you answer the question, I don't know, that helps. It helps. Woo! Monday! All right, I put these down. I'm picking them right back up. I'm going to do some curls. Somebody, luxx, you asked me a question. I'm going to talk about it later. But what do we do if we don't have weights? We don't have a bench and all that stuff. I'm going to talk about that later. But for right now, if you have, so I know there are people from everywhere listening to this, and some of you are on the metric system. Most of you are, unless you're in the United States, I guess. But I go by pounds. That's what I know. And gallons, right? So a gallon of milk is 8 pounds. To some of you, it's like I'm speaking a different language. But get a couple gallons of milk if you want. And I don't know, it doesn't have to be full of milk. When you're done with one, save it. Fill it up with water. Gallon of water, 8 pounds. If you don't have that, maybe you got a couple cans of soup. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk more about that later. Right now, I've got weights in my hands, so I'm going to use these. Big storm went through here last night, and didn't hurt anything. Knocked some branches down, like some old dead limbs. Knocked them out of trees, but hopefully everybody is okay with their storm damage. It got a little dicey around here last night. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do these. Remember those? And usually, you know, just alternate hands. Instead of that, I wanna do this. This is what I wanna do. Because I think this is more effective. And this might be too heavy. I think it's gonna be. But I'm gonna try. All right, preacher curls. This is every bit that I can do right here. Oh, goodness. Wow. All right. Now, real quick. I say real quick. This probably won't be real quick, but I'm going to get 10 with my left. This is my left arm. You know what's crazy too? I'm right-handed. And somehow, I'm stronger with my left arm, I think. Oh, goodness. You know what I did? What I didn't do? And the reason that bothers me so much when I forget to start my watch, if I don't start my watch all day long, my watch is telling me it's time to work out, it's time to do something, move around, do something, whatever. No! I already did it! User error. That happens with me a lot. User error. Watch doesn't know unless you tell it. I always forget to tell it. One more curls thing I want to do. Then we're going to do a couple more back things, and then we're going to start doing abs. Ready? I'll tell you what, I know I keep saying it, but that's my favorite curls thing to do right there. That's it. Goodness. The preacher ones are really good too because you can't cheat. You cannot cheat. I used way less weight on those than I did on just standing here doing curls. And they're way harder because you can't cheat. I'm somehow cheating, I think, when I'm standing up. Can't cheat on those. Those, I don't know how to explain it. I got two hands on the same dumbbell. It should be twice as easy. Somehow it's twice as hard. I guess it's just the way that your hands are positioned on it. Here's Junebug. Hi, Junebug. Anyway, I really like those. Let's do these. Sorry. I'm bringing you down to my level. Don't let me do that. All right. Here we go. Oh. So, wait. Before I do that, I'm going to do one more thing standing up, because once we get in that plank position, we're going to be there for a second. We're going to do a lot of things from that position. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a set of these. I'm going to do it from the side. Okay, that, and then these. Oh. Ah. You know what? I'm going to struggle through those for a little while until I get strong enough to really do them. But this weight isn't, I don't think it's too heavy, but I think these now are too light. So, I've stepped up my game a little bit. We'll see what happens. I've weighed the exact same amount for like 2 months now. Keep working out. I'm not trying to lose any more weight. I'm trying to put on muscle. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to continue to eat every 3 hours, but I'm going to eat a little bit more. I'm going to eat a little bit more calories, and because I'm going to eat more protein, and there's no way for me to do that without eating more calories. So we're going to see how it goes. The good news is I have been so strict with my nutritional plan that any variation that I make should be noticeable, and it should be very easy to determine why things changed. Like I can put my finger right on it and say, that changed because I made this change. Not everybody's going to be that way, but I think that for the sake of having some idea of what I'm talking about here, I have to be really strict with myself. I'm happy to, it works for me. It works for me. I'm kind of an all or nothing kind of person. So anyway, I'm going to let you know if me eating more calories makes me put on the right kind of weight, or if it doesn't. We'll find out. Not a lot more. Not a lot more. I'm going from eating like 400 calories every 3 hours to 550. So it's quite a bit more throughout the day. But we'll see how it goes. I want to see if I can get big muscles. So far, I've just turned into a wire, which is cool. It's better than where I was, I feel. Anyway, all right. So like I said, once we get here, we're going to be here for just a little while. So get comfy. And you want to have your feet kind of at a wide base for this, for stability. Here we go. Those shoulder taps. Okay, now same exact position with your feet and your hands, except we're gonna reach back and touch our toes. It's so good. Yo! Oh! A little bit of dramatic effect. Yeah! That's how much I like it. Words just, wow! Fly out of my mouth. Ow! Oh, who's crazy? All right, let me get a few more of these. I'm telling you, gosh, that stretches everything. It feels really good. Oh. And then, we haven't done these head on since I switched them, but mountain climbers. Really lean into this, okay? Really, really, really try and get your knee all the way up. Now, last week we used the bench. Some of you don't have a bench, so we're going to do it on the floor. But with this, you want to get in the plank position, try and touch the ceiling with your back. Then you flip on your side. Oh, goodness. Wow. I love these. I know that they work. There's no doubt about it. You're going to feel it up right here when you do these. Oh, the burn! The burn! Okay, I got a timer right here. I got a timer, so we're doing everybody's favorite right now. We're gonna get your scissors out. Let's go. But then I got something extra that we're gonna try too, and I think you're gonna like it. So you can see my shoulders. I'm going to try to keep them off the ground, right? And I'm going to put my hands, instead of above my head, I'm putting them back down here, beside my butt. Once you raise your feet up, you don't put them back down until we're done. 30 seconds of scissors. Cut something. And shoulders, keep them up off the ground and try to keep your lower back pressed to the ground for these. Try to keep it pressed all the way to the ground. I want to tell you something. It makes a big, big difference. It makes a big difference. And I'm so glad I know that. T3! I'm so glad that I know that now. I don't like the way the guy told me. We've been over that. Now, like I said, we're going to do something a little bit different. And this is going to be for 30 seconds too. So same starting position as scissors. We're going to do 30 seconds of bicycles. Never even tried this before. Never even tried it. So I don't know what it's going to look like. But same thing. You want to keep your shoulders up. Once you pick up your feet, you don't put them back down. And you just pretend that you're riding a bicycle. Here we go. 30 seconds. So yeah, definitely, I know you're thinking about your legs, but just make sure your shoulders are off the ground too. And again, you want to try to keep your lower back flat on the floor. And you're riding a bike. It's easy. It's just like riding a bike. Oh! Oh! All right. So we've done 20 minutes. I want to do some shoulders. And I want to do at least one more thing for abs. I'm going to step my game up on this too. I'm going to try it. So, I am just going to do presses. Daggone it. I'll tell you what, this is way, way easier now than it ever has been because I've only got one camera. Oh my goodness, so much more easier than having two. But yeah, you still got to remember to adjust the camera. You got to remember to start your watch, and you got to remember that you're also a cameraman. All right, it's just presses. I'm not going to try and get any fancy stuff that I'm not certain I know how to do right now. I'm just going to do some good presses. Okay? Throw this in. All right, there's 10. Be careful with your shoulders. And again, I think this, doing them like this and then just do one at a time, that helps you keep your balance. That actually works on your core too. Otherwise, you are the car wash guy. Nobody wants to be the car wash guy. Everybody loves the car wash guy, but nobody really wants to be the car wash guy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to remember what my wife said. I can't remember it. Anyway, all right. So one more thing I want to do. I want to do step arounds because I want to hear your beautiful voices, sweet pipes. I want to hear everybody singing or see everybody doing some step arounds. It's your choice. Here we go. Get your legs up high. singing, everybody, sweet pipes. Thank you. Next time, if you don't want to sing, just do the exercise. It's up to you, either way. Whatever you want to do. We appreciate you. It's so much easier to do those exercises now when I can hear your sweet pipes bellowing into my room. Thank you. Now we're going to do suck-ups. Suck it in. And remember, because my hands are back, I can kind of lean back. Let's just do it from this angle. I actually do have room this time to do it. All right, here we go. Suck-ups. Oh, man! What I meant to do on each one of those, like I said, I can lean back. I meant to be able to, like, also raise back up into it. Like that. I don't think I'm strong enough to do that exactly the way I wanted to show you that I wanted to do that. But I will get there. I'll get there. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. Luxx. Luxx. Thank you so much for your question, which is, okay, so Luxx doesn't have any equipment, doesn't have any weights, doesn't have one of these benches. So asking for substitutes. So I gave you a couple already, right? Milk cartons, things that you're gonna have, right? Probably, I don't know. Things that you have around your house. I would suggest that whatever it is you grab, make sure that you're not gonna hurt yourself, right? You're not gonna hurt yourself with cartons of milk or water. And the other suggestion would be soup. Cans of soup. I'm not kidding you. A friend of mine, when I lived in LA, the most ripped person probably that I've known in my life, worked out all the time. You know what his weights were? Soup! Cans of soup. I've seen it with my own eyes. You don't have to use heavy weights. If you have weights, great. Here's the thing. I want to do something on here. I know I use weights and I use this bench because I'm trying to kind of find an in-between between people who have no gym membership, they have no weights, nothing, and people who are at a gym. I'm your gym buddy, right? So a whole lot of this workout we just did, you don't need anything but a place on the ground, right? A lot of it's just body stuff. And that's really for every day. There's enough that you can get out of each workout I do without any weights or a bench. It's going to make it so you understand you're doing something, for sure. You don't have to have this stuff. I have it. And the cool thing about me having this versus me having a gym membership is that I get to keep this for the rest of my life. And it's paid for. So, gym memberships. A gym, think about if you're the gym. You want to provide everything anybody would ever need for whatever kind of workout they want to do. And most gyms do a really good job of doing that. The problem is there are a lot of people that also work out in that gym, right? So a lot of us are self-conscious about the way we look. A lot of us don't want to constantly be comparing ourselves to other people that we see, which is completely unhealthy, but almost human nature, especially when you're literally surrounded by other people doing the same thing as you or similar things as you compare yourself to them. And that might put you in a position where you feel somehow negatively about yourself. You should never, ever, ever feel that way if you're trying to take care of yourself. Only compare yourself to yourself. In a gym, it's hard to do that sometimes. So, I think gyms are great, and I would love to be a member of a gym because then there are more things that I could do. than what I can do in this teeny tiny little room. But for me to do this in the gym would be very, very difficult. I would have to try and find a way to be in there when I'm the only person in there, which is not easy to do ever. And make sure that the gym's okay with it, all this stuff. It's too much. I'm doing this from home. I'm the only one here, and I can show you things that you can do without going to a gym. That is why I think this hopefully works for a lot of people. But yeah, Luxx, if you think that you want to continue to do this, and you think that you might have better results if you have actual weights or a bench, this bench, I just checked it this morning on Amazon, is $111, which is not nothing, but you get to keep it for the rest of your life. The weights, they are like 35 bucks a piece or something like that, I think, unless you buy an entire rack, and then you can get that for 186 bucks or something like that. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, you know, you start comparing what this stuff costs to a gym membership, and you can, over time, build up a pretty good home gym. Keep it forever, and it's not going to cost you possibly as much as it would cost you to be a member of a gym. It's whatever works out best for you. But also, if you're not going to use it, don't buy it. Don't pretend you're going to use something, spend the money on it, and then have it sit there and be a clothes rack or something. It's not what it's for. If you're not going to use it, don't waste your money. Hopefully that helps. If you're going to use it, use it. Right on. It'll be great. Also, the stuff like that I use this bench for, in a lot of cases you can do dips from a chair. Make sure that chair can't slide out from behind you. You can do butt raises. You've seen me do butt raises from a couch, from the side of a bed, from a chair. You can do a lot of different things where you kind of need to be elevated with things other than this bench. You just have to make sure that you're being careful. I don't want anybody to get hurt. And then also, if you want to lay down on the ground, flat on the ground, and grab stuff and bench press it, you can do that too. I think that because I'm on this bench and it lets my elbows go down lower than what my back is, even if it's just a tiny bit, I think that gives me more range, and I probably get more out of it. But I want to show you a couple things real quick that you can do to kind of mimic what I'm doing without this bench, right? I do incline bench. If you don't have this, but you have a bed, or you have, a chair, something that's not going to move, and you want to do some incline stuff, you can get yourself in the plank position, put your feet on top of this thing, raise yourself up, and now if I'm doing push-ups here, I'm doing incline push-ups, right? Because my feet are higher than my head. You gotta think about it just a little bit. And if I want to do decline stuff, which I don't really do a lot of, but that's the same thing. This is the same thing as me lowering this thing down all the way to there and then doing bench press off of that. Same thing. Also, to get that range that I'm telling you that I think you miss if you're laying flat on your back doing bench, put your hands on something. If you don't have weights, get books, stack them up. And then when you go down, you can get your chest lower than where your hands are.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Nobody's talking to you, Siri. Sometimes you gotta let her know. So anyway, Anyway, luxx. Hopefully that helps. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to Jenna, who super chat. Jenna, thank you for contributing. You're awesome. Thank you. That is very, very much appreciated. You are awesome. And we have memberships now. A lot of things have changed with this page so quickly. I don't fully understand what's going on with memberships, but we have memberships and we have a member. So, Christy, Charity, you're our first member. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right on. And I want to remind you, if you want to help us out tomorrow, I'm going to make a video showing how much money we're giving to charity. Patreon, every bit of that money, those subscription proceeds, go to a charity called No Kid Hungry. We're going to talk about it on a video tomorrow. And it's a really, really cool thing. So if you want to do that, go subscribe at Patreon. You can be part of the charity portion of this whole thing too, which is really, really cool. So thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope you have a really good day. Remember, we got a new attitude about Mondays. We're rested. We're ready to go. So enjoy your week. Be productive. Be somebody that you could look up to, right? In your work environment, in your school, whatever your situation is, be a person that you could look up to. That's something I want you to concentrate on this week. Just try to do that. See how it goes for you. I think you're going to really like it. Right on! And if you want to be a stick in the mud or, somebody that likes to run their mouth, then we'll try to somehow give you a big, giant virtual hug. Because that's clearly what you're begging for. Right? Be the person that you could look up to. All right. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Hanging out, partying. Give me some good questions. I love this. Thank you so much for being here. Take it easy.